Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the blessed month of Ramadan, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us our fasting and our standing in prayer at night, our increased reading of the Quran, and any other good actions that we may perform, sincerely for his sake and according to the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is not like the normal videos I make. This is not teaching or reading Arabic books. This is a plea, and I ask you to please listen to the end and see how and if you can help us, inshallah ta'ala. In the year 1428, after the hijrah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, around 16 years ago, just before Ramadan, we opened this masjid by renting this building, and we called it GrandMasjid since it is on the street called Grand Boulevard. There were around 30 of us at that time, and now the masjid has grown due to it being in a place that is full of immigrants and refugees. However, we have not had any major updates since the first year or so of opening the masjid. The carpet is almost 15 years old. The wudu station and the bathrooms are 15, 16 years old. And as you'll see in some of the pics, are in dire need of. This here, as you will see, is the entrance for the women. This door you see on the right hand of your screen is the entrance for the women. And the men have to come over through the alley over here. And if they have to use the bathroom or make wudu before salat, then they have to walk through the prayer area to get to the wudu area. So what we plan to do, inshallah ta'ala, is open up this concrete wall and place another door here just for the women, so they can enter directly into their area, and they will have a new bathroom area, and the men will use this door as well as the alley. If they want to go straight to the masjid, they can go into the alley side, and if they want to go to make wudu or use the bathroom, they can come in through this front door. Doors have already been purchased, the money has been gathered, and all we're doing now is waiting for the doors to arrive and be installed. This is just another angle of where that door will be placed. Here is the wudu area for the men, and you can see how it leads into the musalla, and you can see the wear and tear on the carpet. And you can also see down here in the corner, some of the tiles are broken, some of the grout is missing, and we're in need of repairing all of this. And all of this needs some money. To address our issues that you see in the pictures here, we need around $30,000. This will not 100% complete the masjid. We still want to put a drop ceiling in eventually and maybe do some other beautification things. But to get the masjid back to its even state of being clean and presentable so that we can start inviting mashayikh again, we need to raise this $30,000 so that we can drywall the outer walls. If I go back for a second, I started renting this building, as I said, around 16 years ago. Months ago, Allah Azza wa Jal, He blessed us to be able to purchase this building. So much of the repair that is needed was neglected because we always had the idea or the thought that we may be moving into another building. Allah did not decree that for us, and instead He decreed for us to be able to buy this building as well as some neighboring and adjacent warehouse and a business. We did not pay complete building was $1 million. We did not pay that all up front. We don't have that money. But the business, the laundromat, which we purchased, has a 15-year lease, and the rent from that tenant pays our bill to the landlord or to the previous owner. Here we can see the musalla area. We see that the carpet has been ripped. In some other pictures, I'm not sure if they're here, we can see that there are some places where the carpet was vandalized and it was cut and tried to be burned by a person who had lost his mind. We can see the benches, the cloth starting to be worn out and stretched. These things need to be replaced. The carpet at one time was a rich blue that we can see on the top of these steps, and now it is a faded, almost a purple color due to continuous use, being open for 15 years, prayers, weekend school, Eids, Salat, being washed and cleaned a couple times a year. We see lots of wear and tear. Also, we see that the walls we have 8 foot tall. Our new walls will go all the way to the ceiling, which will reduce sounds from the other parts of the building. Here, the Qibla is coming this way. Here we have an office that I'll show you a blueprint in a little while. That this office is because not only do we need to update some certain things, as we see the carpet starting to sag and it has some, bad places and areas, but also we don't have enough room all the time. Sometimes Jummah or sometimes on the Eid, if it's raining or snowing, the weather is not good for us to be outside. We have to pray here and we don't have enough room. So we're going to get rid of the office. We're going to get rid of this building right here, which is the kitchen, this room. We're going to get rid of this. And we're going to move everything back a little bit to make the musalla just a little bit bigger. Here you can see the books that we put and give out. Walillah alhamd. Here inside the office, we see it's cramped. And if you looked at it, if we had a picture other angle, you'd see it's even worse than this on the backside. But here you can see that we have, and you'll also see in further pictures, we have a much bigger library. This have a much need to get rid of this for the prayer area and to make a library for the community. Here you can see the bathrooms. You can see that the handrail handicap was removed and tried to be replaced. The walls, everything is just in, as we said, a shape of needing repair. But as we said, it was delayed because we thought we would move, but now we're not moving. No longer needing to delay this. Now it's time to act and renew it. This is the hallway to the women's area. Again, all of these steel walls will be drywalled. Once we put the women's door back here in this corner, then this wall will be removed and there will be a wall placed here. So the women will have their own section and the men will have all of this for their shoes and coats and wudu. This is the women's area, our part of it. We see who was trying to get back at the landlord some years ago here and ruined our carpet. We see people trying to donate stuff to the men. They don't donate good stuff that they themselves want. Rather, they try to get rid of stuff that they don't want. And we just need to make the place nicer so that people don't decide to bring their trash or their unwanted things to the masjid. Here, alley entrance for the men. This used to be a garage door here. And the garage door is actually still in the ceiling. We take out now that we own the building, and we will replace this garage door as well. Most of the materials we already have. As you'll see when I show you some pictures in the warehouse, most of the materials we already have, but we just need some money for labor and for some upgraded materials. For example, we have 2x4, but in the new codes, we need metal 2x4s, wooden ones. So we have to upgrade that. This is a picture of the second warehouse. This tuck pointing is all a year or so old. The roof on all of the buildings is no more than 2 years old. Everything is in good shape. Eventually, we would like to replace this this garage door with another doorway similar to the other one. So, a homeschooling building, or a place for walimas and aqiqas and community affairs. We would also like to get rid of the metal here and replace it with glass block so that we have natural light inside. The ceilings, as we can see, are vaulted in some parts of it, which means we can put a mezzanine area for people to sleep in or for storage. And as roof is sturdy, and we already have plans that if we wanted to, we could build above and make an apartment or make classrooms or whatever the case might be up above. This warehouse goes all the way down here up until around this pipe. After this pipe is the laundromat. The laundromat, as you'll see, before we get to the laundromat, here are our books. Here are our books that we need so desperately to put on shelves and give a life to them. And behind here, we have drywall and 2x4s and shelves and insulation and tile and backer board and mud and paint and screws and toilets and sinks and everything that we'll need. The security system, everything that we'll need for doors, need for our updates. However, we need the money for, as we said, some material updates as well as the labor. You can see all the insulation stacked up here. Some of this stuff over here is from the previous owner. We gave her a few months to get her stuff out of there because we're not ready to move into it yet. We need the money to be able to do this. We can see these ceilings up to here are around 16 or 17 feet. So we can build a mezzanine area up here and have another floor. And these are windows that can lead out to the other roof if we wanted to have a roof deck. So many possibilities. So many possibilities. On this side, this wall is next to the masjid. On this side, we want to build a wall all the way down to make this area where this car and all this stuff is, to make this area the library and the imam's office, so that the masjid can be bigger and that these things can be out of the way. And you can again see how the ceilings are. Here we see in this area that's going to be the library and the office, there are 2 bathrooms, one turned into a shower. So this way people can make it decaf. And here we have a doorway that already exists that people can come from the masjid into the office. The rest of the space can be used, as I said, for a homeschool program. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives me the ability where I can return home, then me and the rest of the brothers at the masjid are going to open up a free, full-time Arabic institute where someone can come and spend 2 years and leave fluent in the Arabic language, having memorized a nice portion of Quran and able to be an imam anywhere in the country, overseas as well. Here we can see the front of the laundromat, so we can see the position, and we see that it's on a main street. And likewise, we can see inside the laundromat. This equipment is not ours. However, the fact that the tenant has put all new equipment in there and he has a 15-year lease shows us that he's not going to be going in. And inshallah ta'ala, we don't have to worry about him paying his bills, which pays our bills. Lillahi alhamd. Here are the plans we've had drawn up. I zoom in for a quick overview. This is our current masjid. The Qibla facing this way. The new building that we purchased is here. This other white building down below, that's a paint that we don't own. The laundromat is there. The new warehouse is all of this. So it's important for us, inshallah ta'ala. It's important for us to be able to open this up to the community. As it stands, this is the footprint. This is your office, library, and this here is your kitchen. As we said, the Qibla is facing this way. This is the door where the women come in, and this is where the men come in. They need to use the bathroom. They have to come over here. Right? This is the case. But with the new plan, our library is gone. The kitchen is gone. We will build 2 new bathrooms for the women. They'll be able to come in their door and go to the bathroom or to the masjid. The men will be able to enter into the bathroom and wudu area or directly into the masjid area. And we will go from being to 500 people to be able to hold 600 to 650 people. And then they can come through here to the library and to the imam's office. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. As we said, this $30,000 that we need is not the end. Is not the end. What we need. We need more than this. Eventually, we need more than this. We want to put in windows. We want to change the outside so it doesn't look like a warehouse. But we need your help. We need to raise this $30,000. We're trying to raise it in the month of Ramadan because this is the time when the Prophet ﷺ was the most generous. We know he was generous at all times, but in Ramadan, ajwa ma yakunu fi shahr Ramadan. He was the most generous in the month of Ramadan. And the Prophet ﷺ told us, Man banna masjidan lillahi banna Allahu lahu baytan fil jannah mithlahu. That whoever builds a masjid for Allah, then Allah will build for him in Jannah similar to it. So we're asking you, brothers and sisters, please help us to please. You can donate through Zelle. You can donate through PayPal. You can donate through Cashapp. Or you can wire transfer domestically inside the United States or internationally outside of the United States. I don't want to go any longer. This is longer than I already wanted to be. But if you can please help us, it will be in the description, all of the information, how you can help in case you want to donate anonymously. And if you need help figuring this out, then you can contact us on the WhatsApp number 1-314-771-3311. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.